You're uninvited, Dad. We need to cut costs. My daughter said it like she was canceling a catering order 47 days before her wedding. The wedding I'd already paid $75,000 for. I didn't argue, didn't raise my voice, just picked up my phone and made 3 calls. By the time I left her apartment, the venue had been notified, the caterer released, the photographer freed from his contract. She didn't know that yet. What she also didn't know was what I'd found in her fiancé's jacket pocket 2 weeks earlier. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and write in the comments what time it is where you are now. The text came on a Tuesday morning. I was drinking coffee at the kitchen table. The same table where Margaret and I had celebrated our 30th anniversary. The same table where I'd helped Emily with her college applications. Oak. Built it myself in my workshop out back. My phone buzzed. Emily's name lit up the screen. "Dad, can you come over tonight? Brad and I need to talk to you about something." Not, "How are you?" Not, "Hope you're doing okay." Just a summons. I texted back. "What time?" 7. That was it. No explanation. I sat there holding the phone, coffee going cold. Margaret had been gone 18 months. Some mornings I still reached for 2 cups instead of 1. I showed up at 7, their apartment in the newer development across town, the one I'd helped with the down payment for, $28,000. Emily had cried when I wrote that check, said it meant everything, said she'd never forget it. That was 11 months ago. I knocked. Brad opened the door. "Hey, Richard." Not warm, just factual, like he was confirming a delivery. Emily was on the couch, laptop open, spreadsheets visible on the screen. She worked in project management. Everything was a spreadsheet. "Dad, sit down." She gestured to the chair across from her. Not the couch beside her. The chair. I sat. Brad closed the door. Stayed standing, arms crossed. Emily took a breath. Used her meeting voice. Professional. Detached. "So Brad and I have been going over the wedding budget, and we've realized we need to make some cuts." I waited. "The venue's costing more than we thought. The catering minimums went up, and with Brad's promotion getting delayed, we need to be more realistic about what we can afford." I nodded. "Okay. So we're trimming the guest list, down to immediate family only, just parents and siblings." "That makes sense," I said. She glanced at Brad. He nodded. Some kind of signal. "The thing is, Dad..." She paused, looked at her laptop instead of me. "Brad's family is bigger. He has 3 siblings. His parents are both alive. So when we cut down to immediate family, his side has 7 people. Our side would only be 3. You, me, and Katie." Katie was Emily's younger sister, 24, living in Portland. We talked maybe twice a year. "So we're trying to balance it," Emily continued. "Make it fair. Keep the numbers even." My chest tightened. "What are you saying?" She finally looked at me. "We need to uninvite you, Dad, just to keep things manageable. You understand, right? It's not personal. It's just math." I sat there, clock ticking on their wall. Cheap IKEA thing. Not like the one Margaret and I had picked out together. The one that had been on our wall for 28 years. "You are uninviting me from your wedding." "It's to save money," Brad said. His voice had that edge, like he was explaining something to a child. "The per-plate cost is $200. If we cut 7 people, that's $1,400 right there, plus the favor costs, the table arrangements." "You're uninviting your father," I said again, looking at Emily, "from your wedding." "Dad, please don't make this harder than it is." She closed the laptop. "We're trying to be financially responsible. You always taught me to be smart with money." "I paid for that venue," I said, quiet, calm. $15,000, deposit and first payment. "I know, and we're grateful. I paid the caterer, $28,000, for 140 guests. Dad, the photographer, $5,000, the florist, $8,000, the band, $12,000. My hands were steady. That surprised me. "The dress," I continued, $7,000. Alterations, invitations, the rehearsal dinner venue. Emily's face flushed. "We didn't ask you to pay for all that." "You picked it all out, sent me the invoices." "Because you offered?" Her voice went up, defensive. "You said you wanted to contribute. You said Mom would have wanted—" "Don't." The word came out hard. "Don't use your mother right now." Silence. Brad shifted his weight. Uncomfortable. I stood up. "When's the wedding?" "May 14th. Emily's voice was smaller now. 47 days. "Okay." I picked up my jacket. "I'll take care of it." "Take care of what?" "The uninviting." I headed for the door. "Dad, wait. What does that mean?" I turned, looked at her. My daughter. The girl I'd taught to ride a bike. The girl who'd sobbed in my arms when her mother died. The girl who'd looked me in the eye 20 minutes ago and told me I wasn't worth a plate of chicken. "It means I'll handle the cancellations," I said. "The venue, the caterer, all of it." Her face went white. "You can't do that." "Sure I can. My name's on the contracts, my credit card." "Dad, please." "You wanted to cut costs," I said. "I'm helping." I left, closed the door behind me, walked to my truck. Hands still steady. The drive home took 15 minutes. I didn't cry, didn't rage, just drove. Radio off, heater rattling. Inside my house, the house where Margaret and I had raised 2 daughters, I sat down at the kitchen table, opened my laptop, found the folder labeled Emily Wedding. 43 documents, contracts, receipts, email confirmations. I started reading. Venue contract. Riverview Estate. Signed December 8th. Deposit $5,000. First payment $10,000. Balance due April 1st. Cancellation policy. Full refund if canceled more than 60 days out. 50% refund if canceled 30 to 60 days. No refund after that, 47 days. Right in the window. I picked up my phone, called the venue coordinator. A woman named Patricia answered. "This is Richard Coleman. My daughter's wedding is booked for May 14th. "Oh, yes, the Coleman-Ashford wedding. Beautiful date. We're so excited. I need to cancel." Silence. Then, "I'm sorry, did you say cancel?" "Yes, effective immediately." "Mr. Coleman, Can I ask what happened? Is there something we can—" "Personal reasons. What's the cancellation refund?" I heard papers shuffling. "You're at 47 days out, so that would be 50%. $7,500 back to your card on file." "That's fine. Please process it." I'll need to send you a cancellation form. You'll need to sign and return it. Email it. I'll have it back to you within the hour. I hung up. Called the caterer next. By 9:30, I'd made 8 phone calls. Venue, caterer, photographer, florist, band, cake designer, invitation printer, rehearsal dinner venue. Every single vendor had a cancellation policy. Most gave partial refunds at 47 days. Some gave nothing. I didn't care about the money anymore. Total recovered, $32,000. Total lost, $43,000. I sat there looking at the numbers. $75,000. That's what I'd spent. That's what Margaret and I had saved for over 40 years. The wedding fund we'd set aside when Emily was born. Gone. Not for a wedding, for a cancellation. My phone buzzed. Emily. I ignored it. It buzzed again. And again. I turned it off. The next morning, I turned my phone back on. 17 missed calls. 23 texts. I read them in order. Emily, 9:47 p.m. Dad, what did you do? Emily, 9:51 p.m. The venue just called me. They said you canceled? Emily, 10:03 p.m. Dad, this isn't funny. Call them back right now. Emily, 10:15 p.m. Call me. Brad, 10:22 p.m. Richard, we need to talk. This is insane. Emily, 10:34 p.m. How could you do this to me? Emily, 10:41 p.m. Mom would be ashamed of you. I stopped reading at that one. Set down the phone. Hands shaking now, not steady anymore. The coffee maker beeped. I'd set it the night before. Muscle memory. Margaret always had coffee ready at 6:30. I poured a cup, sat back down, read the rest. Emily, 11:02 p.m. You just ruined my wedding because I hurt your feelings? Are you serious? Katie, 11:15 p.m. Dad, what's going on? Emily called me crying. Emily, 11:47 p.m. I'm calling you tomorrow and you better pick up. Brad, 12:03 a.m. This is financial abuse. We're documenting everything. That one made me laugh. Sharp, bitter. Financial abuse. The man who'd just spent $75,000 on a wedding he wasn't invited to. I deleted the texts. All of them. Opened my banking app instead. The numbers glowed on the screen. December 8th, $15,000 to Riverview Estate. Venue deposit and first payment. December 15th, $7,000 to Magnolia Bridal. Wedding dress. January 10th, $28,000 to Gourmet Affairs Catering. Deposit and first payment. January 24th, $5,000 to Mitchell Photography. Full payment. February 3rd, $8,000 to Garden of Eden Florist. Deposit. February 10th, $12,000 to Silver String Band. Full payment. February 20th, $3,500 to Sweet Traditions Bakery. Deposit. I scrolled back further, past the wedding expenses. November 2nd, $1,200 to Emily. Emergency root canal. October 15th, $800 to Emily. Car repairs. September 8th, $2,400 to Emily. Brad's mom's hospital bills. August 21st, $1,500 to Emily. Air conditioning died. July 9th, $3,200 to Emily. Need first, last, deposit for new apartment. That was the apartment they'd moved into. The nicer one. The one in the development with the pool and the gym. I kept scrolling. June 14th, $950 to Emily. Brakes and tires, May 3rd, $1,800 to Emily. Emergency vet bill, April 12th, $2,100 to Emily. Tax bill bigger than expected, March 7th, $1,400 to Emily. Brad's car registration and insurance, February 18th, $2,800 to Emily. Credit card got out of hand, January 9th, $3,500 to Emily. Need to catch up on student loans. That took me back a full year, 12 months. I added it up in my head. $21,650 in emergency transfers, on top of the wedding costs, not counting the apartment down payment. $28,000, not counting the previous year's emergencies. I didn't want to look at those. Grand total in 2 years, $124,650. I'd kept track without meaning to. Every transfer logged, every emergency documented. Margaret used to handle the finances. After she died, I'd taken over. Kept the same spreadsheet system she'd used. She would have noticed this pattern, would have said something, would have put her foot down. I hadn't. I just kept paying. Because Emily was grieving. Because she'd lost her mother. Because I thought maybe if I helped enough, she'd need me. Visit more. Call more. She'd visited twice in 18 months. Mother's Day, 90 minutes. She'd brought flowers, left them on the counter, didn't stay for lunch. Christmas, 2 hours. She'd opened the gifts I'd bought, hugged me goodbye, said she'd see me soon. Soon had been 4 months ago. Phone calls came every 3 weeks. Always the same pattern. Hey, Dad, how are you? I'm good. How are... Good, good. Listen, I need to ask you something. Every time, my phone rang. Emily, I answered. Dad, thank God. Listen, I don't know what you were thinking last night, but we need to fix this. No. What? No, we don't need to fix anything. Dad, you canceled my wedding venue. You uninvited me from your wedding because we needed to cut costs. Her voice was rising. We needed to be practical. Practical, I repeated. Okay, let's be practical. How much have I given you in the last 2 years? What? I don't... Guess. Dad, this isn't... Guess, Emily. Silence. Then, I don't know, maybe 20,000? $124,000, I said. $650, if you want to be precise. More silence. That's including the wedding costs, and the apartment down payment, and all the emergencies, the root canal, the car repairs, Brad's mother's hospital bills, the air conditioning, the vet, the taxes, the credit cards, the student loans. We paid some of that back. You paid back $1,200 in February for the air conditioning. I could hear her breathing, fast, angry. So, yeah, I continued. Let's be practical. You needed to cut costs. I helped. I cut $124,000. You're punishing me for making a hard decision. No, I'm making my own hard decision. This is insane. You're having some kind of breakdown. There it was, the pivot, when logic failed to question my competence. I'm 71 years old, I said. Sound mind, sound body, just made a financial decision about my own money. For my wedding, that I wasn't invited to. We were trying to keep numbers balanced. You know what's balanced? My voice stayed level, calm. Not paying for a wedding I'm not attending. That's very balanced. Dad, please, I have to go. Wait, Can we just talk about this? Can you come over tonight? No. Dad. I hung up. Sat there. Coffee cold again. Forgot I'd poured it. The morning sun came through the kitchen window. Same window Margaret had stood at every morning for 41 years, making breakfast, watching birds at the feeder. The feeder was empty now. I'd forgotten to fill it. I stood up, went to the garage, found the bird seed, filled the feeder, stood there watching, waiting for birds. None came. My phone rang again. Katie, this time. I answered. Dad, what the hell? Hi, Katie. Emily's losing her mind. She said you canceled her wedding? I canceled the vendors. The wedding's up to her. Why would you do that? She uninvited me. Yeah, she told me. That's shitty, but Dad, you can't just what? Stop paying for things? Katie paused. It's her wedding. It was going to be. I watched a sparrow land on the feeder. Finally. Now it's whatever she can afford on her own. You're being petty. Maybe. Mom would want you to. Don't, I said, hard. Don't tell me what your mother would want. You didn't visit her once while she was dying. Silence. Cold. Sharp. I was in Portland, Katie said. Quiet. 3 hours by plane. You came home for 4 days. Total. In 8 months. I couldn't afford. I offered to pay for flights. Every week. More silence. This isn't about Mom, Katie said. This is about you punishing Emily. No. This is about me being practical, like Emily wanted. I hung up. The sparrow flew away. I went inside, opened my laptop again, found the folder labeled Estate Planning. Margaret and I had done our wills together. 40 years of marriage, everything split between the two girls. The house, the savings, the retirement accounts. Margaret's life insurance had already been distributed, split evenly, $62,000 to each daughter. Emily had spent her half in 9 months. I opened a new browser tab, searched for estate lawyers in my area, found one with good reviews, made an appointment for Friday. Thursday morning, Emily showed up at my house. I was in the garage, working on a bookshelf, maple, for my office. I heard her car in the driveway, heard her door slam. She didn't knock, just walked into the garage. We need to talk. I kept sanding. Okay. Dad, look at me. I looked up. She'd been crying, eyes red, mascara smudged. I'm sorry, she said. Okay. I'm sorry we uninvited you. It was stupid. We weren't thinking. I nodded, kept sanding. So can you please call the vendors back? Tell them it was a mistake. No. Dad, please, I'm apologizing. I heard you. Then why? Because you're not sorry you uninvited me, I said. Quiet. You're sorry I stopped paying. That's not fair. I set down the sandpaper. When's the last time you asked how I was doing? What? You call every few weeks. Always start the same way. Hey, Dad, how are you? But you never wait for an answer. Just go straight to what you need. That's not. When's the last time you came over here? Not for something. Just to visit. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Christmas, I said. 4 months ago. 2 hours. You opened presents and left. I had plans. You always have plans. Somewhere else to be. Someone more important. Dad, you're twisting this. Your mother died 18 months ago, I said. You've been to her grave 3 times. I go every Sunday. Emily's face crumpled. I can't. It's too hard. It's hard for me, too. But I go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not grieving the right way. I'm sorry I'm not perfect. I'm not asking for perfect. I'm asking for basic decency. And you couldn't even give me a seat at your wedding. We were trying to save money. By cutting your father. I picked up the sandpaper again. Not the open bar. Not the band. Not the $7,000 dress. Me. It wasn't like that. What was it like then? Explain it. She stared at me, mouth open, no words. That's what I thought, I said. So that's it? Her voice went cold, hard. You're just done? Done with me? I'm done being an ATM. Fuck you, Dad. She turned, walked out, slammed the door so hard the window rattled. I kept sanding. Friday afternoon, I met with the lawyer, Dennis Howard, 60-something, kind eyes. What can I do for you, Richard? I handed him a folder. I need to revise my will. He opened it, read the current will, Margaret's and mine, joint estate split between Emily and Katie. You want to change the distribution? Yes. May I ask why? I told him. Not everything. Just enough. He listened, didn't interrupt, didn't judge. When I finished, he set down the will. What do you want the new distribution to be? Everything to charity. St. Vincent's Hospital, where my wife died. They were good to her. Nothing to your daughters? Nothing. He nodded slowly. I have to ask. Are you making this decision out of anger? Or is this what you truly want? Both, I said. And I'm okay with that. He drafted the new will. We went through it line by line. The house, the savings, the retirement accounts, the life insurance policy I still carried, total estate value, approximately $470,000, all to St. Vincent's Hospital. I signed it. He witnessed it, filed it. One more thing, I said. I want to send copies to my daughters, with a letter. That's unusual. Most people keep wills private until death. I want them to know now. He nodded. I'll prepare the documents. I went home, wrote the letter. Dear Emily and Katie, this is to inform you that I've revised my will. My entire estate will now go to St. Vincent's Hospital in memory of your mother. This is not a punishment. This is a decision. I've spent the last 2 years trying to buy your presence in my life. It didn't work. You came when you needed money. You left when you didn't. I'm done with that transaction. I hope you both have good lives. I hope you find happiness. I hope you learn to value people before you lose them. But I won't be funding your futures anymore. Dad, I read it 3 times. Changed nothing. Sent it to Dennis. He mailed the packets Monday morning. Emily got hers Wednesday. She called at 10:47 a.m. I was outside. Filling the bird feeder again, I didn't answer. She called 6 more times, left 3 voicemails. I listened to them that night. First voicemail, 10:48 a.m. Dad, what the fuck is this? Call me back right now. Second voicemail, 2:15 p.m. Okay, I get it. You're mad, but this is insane. You can't just cut us out of your will because I made one mistake. Third voicemail, 6:33 p.m. Dad, please, I know I screwed up. I know I hurt you. But we can fix this. Please call me back. I deleted them. Thursday morning, she showed up again. This time she brought Brad. I was having coffee, kitchen table, same spot. They knocked. I opened the door. Didn't invite them in. Dad, we need to talk about this will thing, Emily said. Nothing to talk about. Yes, there is. You can't just... It's my money, my decision. Brad stepped forward. Richard, I think you need to understand how this looks. You're making rash decisions based on emotion. That's concerning. Concerning to who? To everyone who cares about you. His voice had that edge again, condescending. This wedding vendor cancellations. Now this will change. These are signs of cognitive decline. I smiled. Cognitive decline. It's nothing to be ashamed of. My grandfather had it, but we need to make sure you're protected. Get off my porch. Dad, both of you, off my porch. Now. Emily's eyes went wide. Are you serious? Very. Dad, please. You came here to talk about my money, not about me. Not about our relationship, about your inheritance. That's not... Get off my porch. Brad put his hand on Emily's shoulder. Come on. He's clearly not in a space to have a rational conversation. They left. I closed the door, stood there, hand on the doorknob, shaking now. Not from fear, from rage. The rage had been building, slow, steady, like water behind a dam. Cognitive decline. That's what Brad had said. The condescension in his voice, the certainty that he knew better. I grabbed my keys, drove to my doctor's office. Dr. Susan Chen had been my physician for 12 years. Took over after old Dr. Marshall retired. I walked in without an appointment. Richard, the receptionist smiled. We weren't expecting you until your physical next month. I need to see Dr. Chen today. It's important. She heard something in my voice. Let me check. 15 minutes later, I was in an exam room. Dr. Chen came in. 50s, sharp. Richard, what's going on? I need a cognitive evaluation. Full workup. She frowned. Are you experiencing symptoms? No, I need documentation that I'm not. I don't understand. I explained. The wedding, the will, Brad's insinuation. Her face hardened. I see. She ran the tests. Montreal Cognitive Assessment, Mini Mental State Examination, Clock Drawing, Memory Recall, Problem Solving. Took 90 minutes. She scored them. Looked up. You're in the 92nd percentile for your age group. Perfect scores on memory and executive function. You're sharper than most 50-year-olds I see. Put it in writing. She printed the evaluation, signed it, dated it. Richard, you don't have to justify yourself to people trying to manipulate you. I know. But I want the ammunition. She smiled. Sad. Your wife was a good woman. I'm sorry this is how they're honoring her memory. I went home, scanned the evaluation, emailed a copy to Dennis, filed the original in my safe. 2 days later, Emily posted on Facebook. I don't use Facebook, but my neighbor Carol does. She showed me Sunday morning. Richard, I don't want to stir up trouble, but I think you should see this. She handed me her phone. Emily's post was public. 8:47 friends. Posted Saturday at 9:14 p.m. I need to share something painful. My dad is showing signs of cognitive decline and refuses to get help. He's making irrational financial decisions and pushing away everyone who tries to help him. If you know him, please reach out. He needs support, even if he doesn't realize it. Alzheimer's, #family struggles, #prayers needed. 214 likes, 63 comments. I scrolled through them. So sorry, Emily. Praying for your family. My mom went through this. Stay strong. Have you looked into memory care facilities? Happy to share recommendations. This is so hard. Sending love and light. I handed the phone back to Carol. Are you okay? She asked. I'm fine. She's saying you have Alzheimer's. I know what she's saying. Richard, that's defamation. You could... I'm not suing my daughter. Then what are you going to do? I thought about it. Nothing. Let her talk. Carol looked at me, studied my face. You're different. What do you mean? Since Margaret died, you've been quiet, sad. But now, she paused. Now you're angry. Yeah, I smiled. I am. Monday morning, I got a call from Adult Protective Services. The woman's name was Janet, professional voice, concerned. Mr. Coleman, we received a report about you. I'd like to schedule a home visit to do a wellness check. Who filed the report? I can't disclose that. My daughter, Emily. Silence. Sir, it's fine. Come over. When? Would tomorrow at 10 work? See you then. Janet arrived Tuesday at 9:58 a.m. Early 40s, clipboard, kind smile. I invited her in, offered coffee. She accepted. We sat at the kitchen table. She asked questions. Standard protocol. How was I managing? Was I eating? Taking medications? Paying bills? Any confusion or memory problems? I answered everything. Calm. Detailed. Then I handed her the cognitive evaluation. Dated 4 days ago, I said. 92nd percentile. Perfect scores. She read it. Looked up. Mr. Coleman, can I speak frankly? Please. This report came from your daughter. She claimed you were showing signs of dementia and making dangerous financial decisions. She specifically mentioned canceling her wedding vendors and changing your will. All true, except the dementia part. Can you tell me why you made those decisions? I told her. Everything. The uninvitation, the pattern of financial requests, the $124,000, the Facebook post. She listened, took notes. When I finished, she set down her pen. Mr. Coleman, you're not showing any signs of cognitive decline or inability to care for yourself. Your home is clean, you're well-groomed, you're articulate and oriented. Your finances are clearly managed. So we're done? Yes. I'll file a report clearing you. She paused. For what it's worth, I'm sorry you're going through this. Thank you. She left. I sat at the table. Hands steady, mind clear. The rage was still there, but controlled now, focused. Wednesday afternoon, Emily called from a number I didn't recognize. I answered without thinking. "Dad, thank God. I've been trying to reach you." "I know. Listen, I talked to that social worker. She said everything's fine." "That's good. I was really worried." "You called Adult Protective Services on me?" Silence. "You told them I had dementia, that I was making dangerous decisions." "Dad, I was concerned." "You lied to a government agency to try to establish a paper trail of incompetence." "What? No, I was just—" "So you could challenge my will, get power of attorney, take control of my finances." "Dad, you're being paranoid." "Am I? Then why did you post on Facebook that I have Alzheimer's?" More silence. "I saw it, Emily. Carol showed me. 847 friends, public post. You told everyone I'm losing my mind. I was asking for support. You were building a narrative, planting seeds. So when you eventually try to have me declared incompetent, you'll have witnesses, social media posts, an APS report, a pattern of concern." "That's insane." "Is it? Because Brad's the one who first mentioned cognitive decline, 3 days before you called APS. Almost like you'd discussed it." "We were worried about you." "You were worried about my money." Her voice changed, colder. "You know what, Dad? Maybe I was. Maybe I'm tired of watching you sit in that house feeling sorry for yourself. Maybe I'm tired of being punished because I'm not Mom. This has nothing to do with—" "Everything is about Mom. You act like I'm not grieving too, like I didn't lose her." "You lost her 2 years before she died," I said. Quiet. "When she needed you most, you were busy, always busy. Too busy to visit, too busy to help, too busy to sit with her while she was dying. I came when I could. You came 4 times in 8 months. Your mother asked for you every day, every single day. Is Emily coming today?" And I'd have to tell her no, again. Emily was crying now. I couldn't watch her like that. So I watched alone, while you lived your life. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough. I'm not asking for strong. I was asking for present, and you chose not to be. So this is punishment. Admit it." "No. This is me learning what you taught me. That presence is optional. That family is transactional. That love has a price tag." "Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you." She hung up. I sat there, phone in my hand, coffee cold. Again. The kitchen was quiet. Clock ticking, heater rattling, birds outside. Same sounds as always, but emptier now. I stood up, walked to the bedroom, the one I'd shared with Margaret for 41 years. Her side of the bed was still made. I hadn't touched it. Pillows arranged the way she liked them, quilt folded at the foot. Her books on the nightstand, the mystery novel she'd been reading when the cancer got too bad to focus. Bookmarks still on page 247. I sat on my side of the bed, looked at her side. "I think I lost her," I said out loud, to the empty room, to Margaret. "I think Emily's gone." The house didn't answer, but I felt something, not sure what. Not peace, not closure, just truth. The wedding was supposed to be May 14th. May 14th came. I spent the day in my workshop, building a chess table, walnut and maple, inlay work. My phone was off. Around 3 p.m. someone knocked on the garage door. I ignored it. They knocked again, harder. Richard, it's Dennis, your lawyer. I opened the door. Dennis stood there, suit, briefcase, serious expression. We need to talk. Can I come in? Sure. He came in, looked around the workshop, saw the chess table. Beautiful work. Thanks. What's going on? He set down his briefcase. Emily filed a petition yesterday. She's challenging your will and seeking emergency guardianship. My hands tightened on the workbench. On what grounds? Diminished capacity. She's claiming you're not competent to manage your affairs. She's submitted the APS report, which actually cleared you, and affidavits from herself and her fiancé describing your erratic behavior. She's really doing this? Yes. The hearing is scheduled for next Wednesday. You'll need to appear. I nodded. Okay. Richard, I want to be straight with you. These cases can get ugly. She's going to paint you as confused, declining, possibly dangerous to yourself. She'll use the wedding cancellations as evidence of irrationality, the will change as proof of impaired judgment. What do I need to do? Show up, be calm, be rational, bring documentation. The cognitive evaluation is gold. But we need more. Financial records showing you're managing money responsibly. Character witnesses who can attest to your stability. I have the records. I'll find witnesses. Good. He paused. Richard, if she wins, she gets control of everything. Your house, your money, your medical decisions, everything. Then I guess I better not lose. He smiled, sad. I'll see you Wednesday. That night, I made calls. Carol first, my neighbor. She agreed to testify. Pastor Jim from Margaret's church. I'd been attending sporadically since she died. He agreed. My primary care physician, Dr. Chen. She couldn't testify but offered to submit a written statement. George Murphy, my best friend, worked together at the plant for 30 years, retired same year I did. He agreed immediately. By midnight I had 5 witnesses lined up. I slept 4 hours, woke at 5, made coffee, watched the sunrise. Wednesday morning I put on my good suit. The one I'd worn to Margaret's funeral, navy blue, white shirt, Margaret's favorite tie, the one with small blue flowers. Dennis met me at the courthouse. 9 a.m. You ready? As I'll ever be. We went to the courtroom. Small, family court. Judge Martha Brennan presiding. Emily was already there. Brad beside her. Her lawyer, a woman in her 30s, expensive suit, at the table. Emily looked at me. Her eyes were red. She'd been crying. I looked away. The bailiff called the court to order. Judge Brennan came in. 60s, gray hair, sharp eyes. This is a petition for emergency guardianship filed by Emily Ashford on behalf of her father, Richard Coleman. Ms. Ashford, you're alleging your father lacks capacity to manage his own affairs? Emily's lawyer stood. Yes, Your Honor. We have substantial evidence. I'm asking Ms. Ashford. Emily stood, shaky. Yes, Your Honor. My dad has been acting erratically, making irrational financial decisions. He canceled my wedding vendors without explanation, changed his will to cut out his entire family. He's not himself. Have you obtained a medical evaluation supporting cognitive decline? No, Your Honor. He refused to be evaluated. Dennis stood. Your Honor, may I? Go ahead. Mr. Coleman obtained a cognitive evaluation voluntarily 4 weeks ago. He handed papers to the bailiff. Results show he's in the 92nd percentile for his age group. Perfect scores across all metrics. Judge Brennan read the evaluation, looked at Emily. Ms. Ashford, your father has documentation proving cognitive competence. What other evidence do you have? Emily's lawyer stood again. Your Honor, cognitive tests don't measure judgment or emotional stability. Mr. Coleman canceled $75,000 in wedding expenses out of spite. He's alienating his entire family. These are signs of impaired decision-making, or signs of boundaries, Judge Brennan said. Continue. We believe Mr. Coleman is vulnerable to exploitation and needs protection. From whom? The lawyer paused. From his own poor judgment. I see. Judge Brennan looked at me. Mr. Coleman, would you like to speak? I stood. Yes, Your Honor. Tell me why you canceled your daughter's wedding vendors. She uninvited me from the wedding to save costs, she said. I paid for those vendors. My name was on the contracts. She didn't want me there, so I didn't see the point of paying for it. That seems logical to me. Your Honor, Emily's lawyer started. I'm not finished. Mr. Coleman, why did you change your will? Because I've spent 2 years trying to buy my daughter's presence in my life. It hasn't worked. I'm tired of being valued only for my money. Emily made a sound. Half sob, half gasp. Judge Brennan looked at her. Ms. Ashford, how often do you visit your father? We live across town. I have a job. How often? Every few weeks? Mr. Coleman, how often does your daughter visit? Twice in the last 18 months, Your Honor. Christmas and Mother's Day, both times under 2 hours. Judge Brennan made a note, looked at Emily. Ms. Ashford, you're asking this court to strip your father of his autonomy, to give you control of his life. Based on what? That he set boundaries you don't like? He's not thinking clearly. He seems perfectly clear to me. Clearer than most people I see in this courtroom. She closed the file. Petition denied. Mr. Coleman retains full capacity and control of his affairs. We're adjourned. The gavel fell. Emily's face crumpled. Brad put his arm around her. Dennis touched my shoulder. You won. Yeah. I didn't feel victorious, just tired. I walked out. Emily followed. Dad, wait! I stopped, turned. She was crying, full sobs now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I was scared. Brad said we should protect ourselves, and I listened, and I shouldn't have. But you did. Please, Dad. Please. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But you're all I have left. No. I'm all you have left with money. That's not fair. You tried to take away my freedom. You told everyone I had Alzheimer's. You called the government on me. You dragged me to court. I was scared. Of what? That I'd spend my own money how I wanted? She didn't answer. Go home, Emily. Dad, go. Home. I walked away. She didn't follow. Outside the sun was bright, warm, spring day. trees blooming. George was waiting by my truck. He'd come to testify, but hadn't been needed. "You okay?" he asked. "I don't know. Want to grab lunch?" "Yeah, that'd be good." We went to the diner, same place George and I had been going for 20 years, since before we retired. We ordered coffee, sandwiches. George looked at me. "You did the right thing." "Doesn't feel right." "Rarely does. But she needed to learn. Some people don't value what they have until it's gone. What if she never learns? What if this is just who she is now?" "Then you grieve it. And you move on." The food came. We ate, talked about other things. The weather, George's grandkids, his wife Linda's new garden. Normal things. Good things. After lunch, I drove home. The house was quiet. Empty. I made coffee, sat at the kitchen table, looked at Margaret's chair across from me. "I don't know if I did the right thing," I said out loud. "But I couldn't keep doing the wrong thing." The chair didn't answer. But I felt something again, that truth feeling. Margaret would have understood, maybe not agreed, but understood. My phone buzzed. Text from Katie. "Emily told me what happened. Dad, I think you need therapy." I stared at it, deleted it, made another call instead. To St. Vincent's Hospital. Asked for the charitable giving office. A woman answered, bright voice. "This is Amanda. How can I help you?" "I'd like to discuss making a donation in memory of my wife." "Of course. What did you have in mind?" "Everything I have." Silence. Then, "I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?" "My entire estate. I've already arranged it in my will, but I'd like to do something now, too, while I can see it." "That's incredibly generous. Can you come in? We'd love to talk about how we can honor your wife's memory." I made an appointment for Friday. Friday morning, I met with Amanda and the hospital director. We talked about Margaret, about her care, about the nurses who'd been so kind, the doctors who'd fought so hard. I wrote a check, $25,000, for the oncology wing. They showed me the wing, the rooms, the equipment. "This will fund a full renovation of the family waiting area," Amanda said. "We'll put up a plaque in your wife's name." I looked at the waiting area, the worn chairs, the old magazines, the coffee maker that barely worked. "That's perfect." They thanked me, shook my hand. I drove home, feeling lighter. 2 weeks passed. Emily didn't call, didn't text, nothing. Katie sent one more message. "Dad, Emily's really struggling. She had to postpone the wedding. She can't afford it without your help." I didn't respond. Carol came over with cookies. "How are you holding up?" "Better, some days. The neighborhood's talking, about the Facebook post, about the court thing." "Let them talk. Some people are saying Emily's right, that you're being cruel." "Okay. But most people think she's a spoiled brat who got what she deserved." I smiled. "Tell them to mind their own business." "Already have." She set down the cookies. "Richard, I'm proud of you. What you did took guts. Or stupidity. Sometimes they're the same thing." Memorial Day weekend came. I went to the cemetery, brought flowers, tulips, Margaret's favorite, set them on her grave, sat on the bench nearby. "Emily's gone," I said. "For real this time. I think that's it. The wind moved through the trees, quiet, peaceful. I miss you, I said. Every day. But I'm okay. I'm figuring it out. I sat there for an hour, just sitting, being. When I left, I felt something new. Not peace exactly, but acceptance. June came, then July. The chess table sold, local gallery, $2,000. They wanted more pieces. I started building again, really building, not just to fill time, but because I wanted to. August 15th, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. Dad? Emily, her voice small, quiet. I'm here. I wanted to tell you something. We got married yesterday, City Hall. Just me and Brad and 2 witnesses. Congratulations. It wasn't what we planned, but it was good. Simple. That's good. Silence. Long. Uncomfortable. Dad, I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. I know you don't want to hear from me. I never said that. You didn't have to. More silence. Emily, I love you. I'll always love you. But I can't keep doing what we were doing. I can't keep being your bank. I know. If you want a relationship with me, it has to be real, not just when you need something. I know. Her voice cracked. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm really sorry. Okay. Okay? Yeah, okay. So, can we try to fix this? I thought about it, long and hard. Yeah, we can try. She exhaled. Relief. Thank you. But Emily, it's going to take time and work from both of us. I understand. And the will stays the same. The money goes to the hospital. Pause. Okay. You sure? Yeah. I'm sure. I don't want your money anymore, Dad. I just want you. My chest tightened. Okay then. Can I come visit? Next weekend, maybe? Yeah, come over. Okay, I will. I love you, Dad. I love you too. She hung up. I sat there, phone in my hand, coffee warm this time, still drinkable. Outside, birds at the feeder, sparrows and finches, busy, alive. The kitchen didn't feel as empty anymore. Saturday came. Emily arrived at noon. She knocked. I opened the door. She looked different, thinner, tired, older somehow. Hi, Dad. Hi. Can I come in? Yeah. She came in, looked around, like she was seeing it for the first time. Nothing's changed. Should it have? I don't know. I guess I thought... Thought what? That you'd pack up Mom's stuff. Move on. I'm not ready for that yet. She nodded. Can I see her room? Sure. We walked to the bedroom. Emily stood in the doorway, looking at Margaret's side of the bed, the books, the pillows. She started crying. I stood next to her. Didn't touch her. Just stood there. I miss her so much, Emily whispered. Me too. I'm sorry I wasn't here when she needed me, when you needed me. I know. I was scared, Dad. I was so scared of losing her that I just ran. And then I lost her anyway. Yeah. She turned to me. I lost you too, didn't I? For a while. Can I have you back? I looked at my daughter. Really looked. Saw the little girl who'd climbed into my lap when she had nightmares. The teenager who'd asked me to teach her to drive. The young woman who'd cried at her mother's funeral. Yeah, I said. You can have me back. She hugged me. I hugged back. We stood there, in the doorway, holding each other. It wasn't fixed, not even close. But it was something, a start. If you like this story, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions in the comments. To listen to more stories, click on the window on the right. Thank you for being with us.